What's up everybody, it's Arkin here, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're cutting through all the noise and getting straight to the point. I'm gonna lay out the 10 fundamental steps that, if you follow them, will put you on the path to building serious wealth. This isn't about some get-rich-quick scheme or a magic formula. This is a practical, no-nonsense guide to financial success. I'm talking about actionable strategies that you can literally start implementing the second this video ends. We're going to cover everything from the mindset you need to the exact financial moves you should be making. So, if you're ready to take control of your financial future, you're in the right place. The truth is, building wealth isn't as complicated as some people make it out to be. It comes down to a set of core principles and habits. The biggest difference between those who succeed financially and those who don't is often just information and execution. My goal today is to give you that information, to provide a clear roadmap that eliminates all the guesswork. Each of these 10 steps is a building block. Some might seem obvious, but I guarantee that when you see how they all fit together, it'll click. We're going to break down how to set goals that actually work, how to manage your money like a pro, and how to make your money work for you. But here's the most important part, and I want you to really hear this. None of this works without your commitment. You can have the best plan in the world, but it's useless if you don't stick with it. This journey is a marathon, not a sprint. It's about making small, smart decisions consistently, day after day, week after week. It's about building momentum. The key is consistency. If you can promise yourself that you'll stay disciplined and follow through, then I can promise you that these steps will change your financial life. So, grab a coffee, maybe a notepad, and let's get into it. And make sure to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. It really helps the channel out. Alright, first up, and this is non-negotiable, you have to set clear financial goals. And I don't mean just saying, I want to be rich. That's a wish, not a goal. We need to get specific. We're talking about using the SMART goal framework: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For example, instead of I want to save more money, a SMART goal would be, I will save $10,000 for a down payment on a rental property by December 31st of next year by automating a transfer of $417 from my checking to my savings account every 2 weeks. See the difference? It's concrete. You know exactly what you're aiming for, how you'll measure it, and when you need to achieve it by. This clarity is what will keep you focused when things get tough or when you're tempted to splurge on something you don't need. These goals become your financial North Star. Every single financial decision you make should be filtered through them. When you're thinking about buying that new car or going on an expensive vacation, you can ask yourself, does this move me closer to my goal of saving for that down payment? Or does it move me further away? It simplifies everything. I recommend writing these goals down and putting them somewhere you'll see them every single day, on your bathroom mirror, as your phone's wallpaper, wherever. This constant reminder keeps your ambitions at the forefront of your mind. It turns a vague desire for wealth into a tangible daily mission. Without this step, you're just driving without a destination. You might be moving, but you're not making progress. Step number 2 is to become a student of the game for life. You absolutely must educate yourself about personal finance and investing. The world of money is constantly changing. New laws, new investment opportunities, new economic trends. The knowledge you have today might not be enough for tomorrow. You don't need a PhD in economics, but you do need to understand the fundamentals. Start with the basics. Read books like The Simple Path to Wealth by J.L. Collins or I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi. These are fantastic starting points that break down complex topics into easy-to-understand language. From there, dive into blogs, listen to podcasts, and yes, watch YouTube videos from creators who provide real valuable content. The more you learn, the more confident you'll become in your decisions. This isn't a one-time thing. You should dedicate a small portion of your week every week to learning. Maybe it's listening to a finance podcast during your commute or reading a chapter of a book before bed. The goal is to make financial education a habit, just like brushing your teeth. This continuous learning is what separates the amateur from the pro. It allows you to spot opportunities others miss and avoid costly mistakes. It empowers you to take control instead of blindly trusting a financial advisor who might not have your best interests at heart. Your financial future is your responsibility, and the best tool you have to protect and grow it is your own knowledge. So, get reading, get listening, and never stop learning. Alright, let's talk about the B word, budgeting. I know it sounds restrictive and boring, but trust me, a budget is not a financial prison. It's a tool for freedom. A budget is simply a plan for your money. It's you telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. And it's surprisingly simple. All you have to do is track your income, every single dollar that comes in, and track your expenses, every single dollar that goes out. You can use a simple spreadsheet, an app like Mint or YNAB, or even just a pen and paper. The method doesn't matter as much as the consistency. For the first month, just track everything without judgment. The goal is to get a crystal clear picture of your financial reality. Once you know where your money is going, you can start making intentional changes. You'll probably be shocked at how much you're spending on things like subscriptions you forgot about, daily coffees, or eating out. This is where you find your power. You can see the leaks in your financial boat and start plugging them. The goal isn't to cut out everything you enjoy. It's about aligning your spending with your values and your goals. If your goal is to buy a house, maybe that $200 a month on takeout is better off going into your savings account. A budget gives you that data, that clarity, to make informed decisions. It's the foundation upon which all wealth is built. Without it, you're just guessing. Step number 4 is where we start to really accelerate things, investing. And let me be clear, you need to start investing as early as possible. It doesn't matter if it's $50 a month or $5,000 a month. The most powerful force in your financial arsenal is time, thanks to the magic of compound interest. Albert Einstein supposedly called it the 8th wonder of the world, and for good reason. It's your money making money, and then that money making even more money. The earlier you start, the more time your investments have to compound and grow exponentially. Someone who starts investing $200 a month at age 25 will end up with significantly more money than someone who starts investing $400 a month at age 35, assuming the same returns. Time is your greatest asset. Now, invest wisely doesn't mean you need to be a stock-picking genius. For the vast majority of people, the best strategy is to invest in low-cost, diversified index funds or ETFs. Think about funds that track the entire S&P 500 like VEO or VTI. By buying into one of these, you're essentially buying a tiny piece of the 500 largest companies in the US. It's instant diversification. This strategy is simple, it's effective, and it consistently outperforms the majority of professional money managers over the long term. Don't try to time the market. Don't panic sell when things go down. Just set up automatic investments every single month, and let time in the market do the heavy lifting for you. This is the slow and steady, proven path to building wealth. This next step isn't for everyone, but it has the potential to supercharge your wealth-building journey like nothing else. Starting a business. Your 9-to-5 job is great for providing a stable base, but your income is almost always capped. There's a limit to how many hours you can work or how big of a raise you can get. With a business, your income potential is theoretically unlimited. It allows you to create a scalable system that can generate revenue even when you're not actively working. This could be anything from a side hustle like freelance writing, managing social media for local businesses, or starting a pressure washing service on the weekends, to a full-blown tech startup. The key is to find a problem you can solve for people and then charge for that solution. But let's be real for a second. Entrepreneurship is not glamorous. It's hard work. You'll face rejection. You'll work long hours, and there's always a risk of failure. You have to be prepared for that. But the reward for that risk and effort can be immense, not just financially, but in the skills and experience you gain. If you're considering this path, start small. Start a side hustle while you still have your main job. Test your ideas, see if there's a market for what you're offering, and learn the ropes of sales, marketing, and customer service. This way, you can manage your risk while exploring the incredible upside that comes with being your own boss and creating your own income stream. Step number 6 is one that people dramatically underestimate: building a strong professional network. The old saying, "It's not what you know, it's who you know," has a lot of truth to it, but I like to think of it as, who you know can greatly amplify what you know. Your network is your personal board of directors. It's a source of support, advice, opportunities, and accountability. You need to surround yourself with people who are smarter than you, who are more successful than you, and who are playing the game at a higher level. Their mindset, their habits, and their knowledge will inevitably rub off on you. Find mentors who have already achieved what you want to achieve. Most successful people are incredibly generous with their time and advice if you approach them respectfully. Building a network isn't about schmoozing at cocktail parties and handing out business cards. It's about building genuine relationships. It's about providing value to others before you ever ask for anything in return. Go to industry meetups, join online communities or mastermind groups, and connect with people on LinkedIn. When you reach out, don't just say, "Can you help me?" Instead say, "I've been following your work and I was really impressed by X. I'm working on Y, and I thought you might find this article interesting." Provide value first. A strong network can bring you job offers, investment opportunities, business partners, and clients you would have never found on your own. Don't build your empire in isolation. Okay, so this might be the most important, and honestly, the most difficult step of all. You have to stay disciplined. You can have the best goals, the most knowledge, and even the perfect budget. But if you lack the discipline to actually stick to your plan, it's all for nothing. Building wealth is really a long-term game. There are going to be times when the stock market is crashing and every news headline is basically screaming, "Sell!" Discipline means holding your ground and sticking to your strategy of buying low-cost index funds regularly. There will also be times when your friends are all buying new cars and luxury goods, and yeah, you'll feel the temptation to keep up. Discipline is about remembering your long-term goals and choosing to invest that money instead. It's really about delaying gratification. This is a mental game more than anything else. In fact, you are your own biggest obstacle. The best way to cultivate discipline is to automate your financial life as much as possible. So, set up automatic transfers to your savings and investment accounts the day you get paid. This way, the money is gone before you even have a chance to miss it or get tempted to spend it. It kind of removes emotion and willpower from the equation. You also need to maintain a long-term perspective. Don't check your investment portfolio every day. It will drive you crazy. Instead, zoom out and look at the 5, 10, or even 20-year trend. At the end of the day, sticking to your plan, especially when it's hard, is the single biggest predictor of financial success. Okay, let's say you're doing everything right. You're investing, maybe your side business is starting to make some money, or your rental property is cash flowing. What do you do with that extra money? The answer is step 8. You reinvest your profits. This is how you pour gasoline on the fire of compound interest. When your stocks pay dividends, don't take that money out as cash. Set up a DRIP, or a dividend reinvestment plan, so that those dividends are automatically used to buy more shares of the same stock. Those new shares will then generate their own dividends, and the cycle accelerates. It's a snowball of wealth rolling downhill, getting bigger and bigger on its own. The same principle applies to any other income stream. If your side business makes an extra $500 this month, the temptation is to see that as fun money. But the wealthy mindset sees that as seed money. Instead of spending it, you reinvest it. Maybe you use it to buy more index funds. Or maybe you reinvest it back into the business by buying better equipment, running some marketing ads, or taking a course to improve your skills, all of which can lead to even greater profits down the line. This is how you build unstoppable momentum. Every dollar of profit is a soldier you can send back out onto the battlefield to capture more dollars for you. Don't spend your soldiers, reinvest them. You need to actively manage and minimize your debt. Debt is the opposite of investing. When you invest, your money works for you. When you have debt, you are working for your money. Or more accurately, you're working for the bank. High-interest debt, in particular, is a financial emergency. I'm talking about credit card debt, which can often have interest rates of 20% or more. That's a guaranteed negative 20% return on your money. No investment in the world can reliably beat that. You must make it your absolute top priority to pay this off as aggressively as possible. Every extra dollar should go towards destroying this debt. There are two popular strategies for this: the avalanche method and the snowball method. The avalanche method has you pay off the debt with the highest interest rate first, which saves you the most money in the long run. The snowball method has you pay off the smallest balance first, regardless of the interest rate, to get a quick psychological win and build momentum. Honestly, either one works. The best method is the one you'll actually stick with. Once you're out of high-interest debt, be strategic about any new debt you take on. A mortgage for a house hack or a loan for a cash-flowing business can be good debt, but consumer debt for depreciating assets like cars, clothes, or vacations is a wealth killer. Avoid it at all costs. Finally, step number 10, you have to regularly monitor your progress and adjust your strategy. This is not a set it and forget it forever plan. Life happens. Your income might change, your goals might evolve, you might get married or have kids. Your financial plan needs to be a living document that adapts to your life. I recommend sitting down at least once every 6 months or once a year at a minimum for a financial checkup. Pull out your budget, look at your net worth statement, and review your goals. Are you on track? Is your spending still aligned with your priorities? Do your investments still make sense for your risk tolerance and time horizon? This review process is where you make course corrections. Maybe you realize you're saving more than you thought you could, so you decide to increase your automatic investment contributions. Or maybe a new law passes that changes the benefits of a certain retirement account, so you adjust your strategy accordingly. This isn't about second-guessing your every move. It's about being an active, engaged manager of your own financial life. By regularly reviewing your progress, you ensure that you stay on the most efficient path toward your goals. It keeps you accountable and allows you to celebrate your wins along the way, which is crucial for staying motivated for the long haul. And there you have it, the 10 foundational steps to building wealth and achieving financial success. We covered a lot today, from setting clear goals and budgeting to investing wisely and staying disciplined. I know it can seem like a lot of information at once, but don't feel overwhelmed. You don't have to do everything perfectly overnight. The most important thing you can do is to simply start. Pick one step, just one, that you can implement today. Maybe it's tracking your expenses for the rest of the day. Maybe it's opening a high-yield savings account. Just take that first small action. That's how momentum begins. Remember, this is your journey. It's not a race against anyone else. Your path will be unique. There will be good months and bad months, but the key is to stay committed to the process. Building real, sustainable wealth is a marathon that takes time, patience, and above all, consistency. Keep learning, keep saving, keep investing, and trust in the plan. You are more than capable of achieving the financial future you dream of, and it all starts with the decisions you make today. You've got this. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I really appreciate your time and attention. If you got any value out of this video, please do me a huge favor and smash that like button. It tells YouTube that this was a good video and helps push it out to more people. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Lastly, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment down below and let me know which of these 10 steps you're going to start working on first, or share your own best tip for building wealth. Let's help each other out. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.